Okay, so we're just giving people a little time to come in. Make sure that you are smashing that notification bell. You can also share this live if you like, or tag a few people that you think this would be good for. And don't be shy, because this is a place to discuss things. You don't have to be a veteran to really have input, because I learn from people every day in the lives and in life. So this is not a place where if you're not seasoned, you can't speak up. This is a place to kind of get the discussion going, to kind of get the mind brewing, so we can all make money in the beauty industry, okay? And you can invite people or share with people who may not necessarily be nail techs, because this is anyone in the beauty industry or for an entrepreneur overall. So just sit back and we'll come on soon. Thanks for your support. This track is so funny to me. I just had to throw it in because the emotions be running high, honey. But I'm coming soon. Just hold on. Just giving people time to come on in. Get what you need to get. We're starting soon. Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone doing? No, I am not coming on camera. I just left the gym not too long ago, looking a mess, and I've had a few people in my inbox like, are you going live? Are you going live? And so I said, okay, you can go live more often, girl. You just got to make sure that you are doing it. And, I don't always have to be on camera. Like, y'all don't need to see me all the time, right? Shoot. Y'all just want to chit chat. So I get it. How is everyone doing today? We have Chrissy here. Hey, Chrissy. We have Marlene. Hey. And Artina. Hey, how are you all? How are you all? Let me put up my little banners. There we go. There we go. Be sure to share this live and hit the notification bell. It all helps. It all helps, because as you can see, this whole social media thing is no joke. It is no joke, and it is not easy. And the problem is so many problems that's arising from social media. It's such a double-edged sword. Like, this could be a whole series in itself, because it is a double-edged sword. It's a blessing and it's a curse. It's a blessing and it's a curse all at the same time. And I have so many thoughts and stuff, and I really could go live every day, but I just feel like people don't really want to hear my voice that much. But I don't know. Hey Sarah, how are you? Hey, I'm doing great. I'm doing good. Now I told you I was in a little bit of a funk in that last live, and I had to pull myself up out of that. So I'm just gonna be real transparent from this point on because hey, why not? And what I've been doing is I've been really focusing more on the gym. It's like when you are in a slump, you're gonna have to pull yourself out of the slump. We can't depend on our anyone else to really do it. Like we have to always just become self-reliant. I don't care if you have, it's like, hold on, let me text this fool. Hold on. Okay, so can you just let me know that you hear me? So it's just like we have to really, really get into a habit of keeping ourselves motivated because a lot of things that we go through, you can't always vocalize it to everybody. Some things is just even hard to tell a person. You can say it in words, but it's like sometimes it's just hard to say what your emotions are, what your feelings are. It may sound selfish or we're humans and we have different feelings and some of them we may be embarrassed to even say. We feeling jealous, we feeling like we're not good enough, we feeling like whatever, we're feeling fat. We're all human, and sometimes you can't tell other people because they may use it against you, whatever. So you keep, a lot of us are keeping stuff inside, and that's why it is very important to have hobbies and crafts. And for those of you all who don't even do this full time, if this is something that makes you happy, you should still do it. I personally have been doing this so long, it's just work for me. So I have to find other things to keep me happy. So if you follow me on TikTok, you'll see that I've been like doing my henna and different things like that, things that relax me. I've been going to the gym, way, 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 way more. I was really into the gym. I've been in and out of the gym for like 2, 3 years. And it's so funny because one of the head trainers at the LA Fitness I go to, he actually keeps trying to push me to be a personal trainer. He actually gave me his certification book today. It's like, oh my God. I'm like, he's serious, huh? This book is, oh, it's thick as hell. A personal training manual that he gave me. And this book is 700 and this no eight this book is over 800 pages, and he told me he wanted me to start studying this book so he could put me through the personal training program, be a personal trainer for people. I don't know, I do feel like it might be something I want to get into, but I just want to make sure that I'm fully committed. So I'm just gonna start reading up on it. But it's just funny because he's mentioned it a few times, and today he actually gave me his personal training manual, the book that you have to study from to become a certified personal trainer to train in these professional gyms. And I've never mentioned that to him. He keeps mentioning it to me like you should be a personal trainer, you know. Um, hmm. We'll see. I'm just chitter chattering. You know how Wendy Williams does before she gets into the hot topics. That's what I always do, you all. I talk about random things that are on my mind before we get into the meat, the subject matter. So, yeah. Okay, so who else we have? We have Tara Toodles here. Hey, Lauren, you're late. You're late, girl. You're usually early. Hey, um, man, IG started reducing my reach out of nowhere. Yeah, it's a big shift happening right now in social media. I'm glad you all can hear me. Hey, Minding Minds, that's our moderator. Um, you said I'm trying the TikTok stuff. It really works, been bringing me follows because I link my videos to Instagram. Exactly. So TikTok is really hard because that's where everybody is going in. Like everybody is just TikTok is a whole different beast. And somebody said it, and I was like, that is so real. Instagram is the place where you can put together curated content and people will buy into it or follow you as long as you look good. Whereas TikTok is a place where people buy into authenticity and relatability. So Instagram is more about visual, and then TikTok is more about emotional connection. So the emotional connection is where you reach people on TikTok. And you really have to get into this social media nowadays and study it. And I don't think that a lot of people understand the true power of social media. We have Cece here. Hey Cece, I text Cece. I said, look, We going live, honey. She know. Okay. Yeah, 800 pages. 800 pages. He just gave me this book. We'll see. I want to make sure that I'm committed to this myself, because I jump in, I jump out, and it helps clear my mind right now. It really does. And it had me I y'all, I did something today. I did something today. I'm gonna tell you about it right now. Here we go. People, men, men be getting on my nerves sometimes, and Cece know me. She know how I am. She know my personality. Been knowing me for, I think, almost 20 years now, and she know my fuse is really short for BS. And I just noticed that in the gym, one of the reasons why a lot of women don't go to the gym and really get into what they're doing is because they're self-conscious of working out. They feel like they're going to be judged. A lot of women don't want to go over there with the weights. I lift with the men. I lift just as heavy or heavier than the men. And every time I go to the gym, especially this new gym that I'm at with a whole bunch of men, whole new gym, I'm a new face, and they're seeing me show up just as much as them, and they're seeing me lift just as heavy as them. And so what they're trying to do is they'll watch me out of the side of their eye. They'll walk past this. They trying to peek to see what weights I'm lifting or whatever. But it's been a few of them that have walked up to me and said to me little things. It's like, men are really weird sometimes. Like, men are really, not all. Anytime I say something, it's never all. But I'm saying, like, I just notice with men, they are very intimidated with women who are empowered in any way. It makes me emotional because I actually had to go off a little bit on some men today in the gym. And they probably think I'm crazy from this point, but I don't really give a crap, because I'm so sick of men doing this to women. And this is the reason why women, especially a lot of African American women, are not in the gym. We are not as fit and healthy. And in order to be an entrepreneur, it has to be mind, body, spirit connection. Because a lot of times we are not moving forward. We are not accomplishing things we want because we're not healthy. We're not putting good things in our body. We're not, and all of that connects to your brain and how you feel and your mood and your energy level. And so we cannot let these men intimidate us into coming into the gym. And so I just noticed the first time, like the second day I went to this new gym, maybe the third day, men could tell a beginner. People, period, can tell if you're a beginner, if you know how to adjust machines, da, 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 da. They just know your form. I wear gloves, all that good stuff. Your workout gear. You could just look around and tell who's where with what. So the first couple days, this one guy, he kept staring at me, and I'm like, oh God. He came over to me and said something like he was going to try to correct me, and I was just looking like, I said, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. And he tried it the second day. I was like, I'm okay, I'm good. And then another guy, it's been like three guys trying to do it. So today I went over to a machine, and the guy was clogging up. And I hate going. The worst time to go to the gym is like 5 o'clock. And I ended up around 4 o'clock or whatever. And it was crowded. And I hate going when it's crowded. But this one guy, he was clogging up two machines, you guys. Hope I'm not boring you with this story, but he was clogging up two machines. I didn't know. So I walked over to the machine to work out on it. He kind of signaled me like, hey, I'm still on that. I just got one more rep. He like, but go ahead, go ahead. I'm like, oh, okay. So then we were like tag teaming the two machines, because he was hogging up two machines. He basically summoned me to join him in his workout. But let me tell you, I work out hard. I don't play in the gym. I don't talk to people. I sweat. I want to make sure that I'm burning calories, building muscle. And it was like the guy, he was like working out with me, and we were flipping back and forth through the machines. But when we finished, he looked at me and was like, oh, you need to lift heavier than that. Stop playing. Now, remind you, I'm lifting like my highest weight since I've been back in the gym. I'm pushing it like I'm, like really cranking it out. I got sweat dripping off of me and everything. But this guy, when we were done, he was like, oh, you can go heavier than that. You cheating. You go heavier, sis. And I just looked at him. I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Like that. But then I say, you know what? I'm lifting heavier, I know for a fact, than any woman that's in here right now. Right. But that man felt weird because I was lifting right, with him and going hard in the paint with him. So he tried to like knock me down a few pegs. And you have to be very resilient and have a clear mind in this world because people will really try you. So I just kind of played it off like, no, I'm good. I'm good. And he walked off and like kind of smiled and laughed and walked off. And I'm looking like I'm damn near not benching, but I was pushing 100 pounds, which is like my highest weight ever. And I never see women do nothing like that. Right. He tried to make me feel like I was not. So I went over to the leg press because he was over there with some other guys. And so I had did everything on those machines. I went over, to the weights. And the men were there. And something just took over me, you guys, because I'm a different type of female. I'm a different type of chick. And that is why I've accomplished so many things in my lifetime, because you have to have a really strong mind. And I just walked over to him. I don't know what came over me, y'all. I'm in my dark feminine energy these past couple days. I've been praying, meditating. I'm gonna get emotional, but something just came over me. And I said, what did I say to him? It was like something took over me, and I said something like, you know, that's the reason why women don't come in the gym. I said, that's the reason why women do not want to come in the gym, because we are tired of you men making us feel like we're not good enough. We're not doing everything right. I said, you all need to leave women alone in the gym. That is the reason why most women are afraid to come in the gym and they're afraid to come get on these weights. And he was like, what? I'm like, I'm just saying what you did was very rude. And you would never do that to another guy. You would never do that to another guy, walk up to them and tell them they're not lifting heavy enough and they need to go heavier. You would never do that to another guy. Everybody was looking. I'm like, I said, and this is the reason why women do not come in the gym like that. And he was like, all right, sis. I'm like, all right, I'm just saying that was very rude. So it was funny because that guy was standing there with the very first guy who came up to me when I first started coming. And I told him I'm cool. They be really trying to intimidate the women in the gym who come over there and lift weights because they expect us to be all like, oh, help me. How do you do this? How do you do that? No, I know how to work the gym. My trainer, which was my client, used to be an IBBF pro. Like, she has sponsors and everything. I know this gym. I know how to work the gym. But people love when they see that you are empowered. This is my whole lesson here. When people see that you are empowered, when people see that you are confident, when people see that you are okay with you and you are happy, for some reason, a lot of people have a lot of internal stuff going on. They be trying to, what you use that word, project their bull crap onto you. And men love to do that to women. I'm going to tell you, there's a whole movement. I'm all about hypergamy too. And men are feeling so intimidated by women because we are finding our own way. We have our own strength. We are not as dependent on them as we were back in the 50s, like our grandparents or our parents were. And we don't really need them like that. We want them and we don't need them. And that puts them in a position to stand the hell up and to really stand on their manliness and to do what they're supposed to do. And they know that we are empowered and they don't like that. So now in the gym, I'm probably going to be that crazy chick, leave her alone. But I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Because when I walk in there, they know I know what I'm doing. You can look at my arms and my legs and my form, and I know what I'm doing. Leave me the hell alone. And it's so funny. I must know what I'm doing because the head trainer at that LA Fitness keeps talking to me, and he gave me his personal training manual because he told me he wanted me to start studying to be a personal trainer. Did you all catch that lesson there? How people will try to get in your head when they see that you are in your zone and you doing what you're supposed to do. If you are not mentally strong enough, people will get in your head and tear you down because they own personal issues. Okay. And it'll be that one person that you're not even thinking about that will come in and encourage you and tell you, hey, I want you to be on my team. Now, isn't that a story for you? Isn't that a story? So I'm sitting here looking at an 800-page book right now to study, to work at the place that these men telling me I don't even know what I'm doing at. Just wanted to say that. So now when I'm gonna keep going to this gym, but they probably like, don't mess with her. She crazy. Yeah, okay. I want to be crazy because I don't like talking to men at the gym anyway. It's nothing but a whole bunch of jocks or married men looking at women bending over and still eating cheeseburgers and just lifting to have big arms. They're not really into fitness. They are me. All men think they know so much about the gym, and they don't. Whatever. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. I'm looking through here. That would be cool though. Yes, we'll be ready for these hot topics. Y'all know what the hot topic is. I miss Instagram. TikTok can be a lot. I spent a good hour or so creating TikTok videos there the other day. And here's the thing too. Somebody said this. Make sure you find some TikTok channels that teach you about how to grow on TikTok. Follow those too, because they give you little tips and tricks. And one thing I can tell you, excuse me, is that a lot of high volume posters, they tell you they're in the mood. If you have some, I tell you all the time, you could just capture yourself working and put text to that, and you can take one video, one clip, and you can chop that up, or you could take one video or one clip or one picture and you could put different text over it. Okay, you don't have to have the same new content every time. You could take one piece of content and chop it up and use it different ways. Get it? So you'll look on my TikTok, which is, what is official Shecago, and you'll see the same pictures of the same video, but I'm saying and doing different things with each one, different music to it. So just keep that, in mind. It can be a little difficult making these videos. Keeping up with social media is a whole set of skills I'm having to learn, while editing is really a lot of work. It's, yeah, people love projecting. Yeah, it was getting on my nerves, and so I went over there and talked to the head trainer. He was like, "Oh, you're venting. Who is it? Who is it?" I'm like, "It's nobody. I just don't know why men do that to women." And I follow a lot of female bodybuilders online, or fitness girls, and they all have the same complaints. How men constantly always trying to correct them, or they'll say something like if you go to lift a heavy weight, they'll all stop and stare at you like they just can't believe that you're gonna do it. And these women on TikTok, I love it, because like they'll be like benching 400 pounds, or sumo lifting 400 pounds, 450. And the men, it's like they'll have somebody recording, and you could just see the expression. Some of the men are very impressed. Some of the men are just looking while she's bending over, but you could tell the haters in the room. It's like they are mad that this girl can lift like that. Women are empowered these days. We are empowered. We can do anything. Okay. That's true. I don't even go by the weights. The men can be assholes. Yes. And I went off on them today a little bit. And CC, you know how I am. I did. I must have been a little, I know I wasn't too loud, but I know I was loud enough where a few people stopped and looked. I don't give a, leave me alone when I come in here. The only person now I talk to probably would be the head trainer. They better quit playing with me, because I will take the job and show up there with the uniform on. Like, yes, make sure you put your weights back. Anyway, so that's just my beginning line, you all. I just had to tell you all because it was just interesting to me how people are. So let's get into this with the social media. Shall we? Shall we? Shall we? Social media is so powerful, and I do not want us to take it for granted. I'm just going to give you a little example that happened yesterday. Just yesterday. This young lady's post keeps coming through my feed. I do not follow her on TikTok, but for some reason, it everything she posts comes through. It comes through my timeline, right? So this girl is a sugar baby, and she has like an older sugar daddy, and she just makes all these little videos about her taking his money. He's going along with it like a goofy, whatever. So I just simply posted on there, and I said, that you make that man glow, but make sure that you are doing something with that money, because it doesn't last forever. That is exactly what I said. And do you know, that was last night. When I woke up this morning, that one comment that I made on that girl's picture, under that girl's TikTok, how many likes do you think I had when I woke up that morning? How many likes do you think I had when I woke up this morning? When I said that, I just made a comment on this girl's TikTok. I just want to see what you think. Please give me some numbers here. I'm going to read these comments. I hate when guys try and rush me off the equipment I'm on. It's like a whole other. And you know what? Don't let them rush you. You just tell them how many more sets you got to do, and they know better. But they'll try it with you. You could be like, "Oh, I got 3 more reps." All they can do is walk away. But if you go, "Oh, I'm not gonna be that long," just tell them how many more reps you got. If they come up to you, they're supposed to just signal. And this is gym etiquette. If they come up to you, all you do is you could hold up a finger. I got 3. I got a 2. They know what that means. You got that's how many more. That's how many more sets you got to do. You don't have to tell them reps. You tell them the sets. You could just go 2. You can go 3. Whatever. They know what that means. And if they say something else, just ignore them. People can get kicked out the gym. So that's it. But they always try that with women. Here we go. 20K, a million, 1,000, over 1,000. When I woke up this morning, that post, my little comment had 18,000, 18,000 likes. So it's funny because people see what you say. People see what's going on. And I couldn't believe it. And the last time I just looked at it just now was at 21,000 likes and counting and like 50 comments. I don't know. But people are debating and arguing all up under my one little comment on this girl's post. But I mean what I said, and I said what I mean. Because this girl has this huge audience talking about this sugar daddy, and she always has all these old men and stuff. But then when you click on her link in bio, she has no product to sell. And that's the type of stuff that pisses me off. Young lady, you got this huge audience that people would die to have, and you have no product to sell them. You have this huge audience of hundreds of thousands of people following you, and all you're doing is basically making a fool out of this old man who's spending all his money on you. You have no product to sell. Baby, you should have a sugar baby guide, a sugar baby list, a sugar baby journal, a sugar baby something. She has nothing to sell. I guess she thinks she's gonna be young and whatever forever. And little do people know, I know all about that sugaring world very well. They do trade them in for a newer model, a different model. Okay, it's just like a car. It's not a real relationship, and she know better. And that's all. I just was giving her a little friendly advice. Hey, moderator, we got somebody in here. I was just giving them like her a little friendly advice, and over 20,000 people, 21,000 and counting, agree. Let me put this out here, ladies. Watch out for all these tip pages, channels, whatever, asking you to pay a fee to join, and they never giving no tips or demos, nothing. Oh no, I never pay for anything. But there are people who are on TikTok they just tell you what sound is trending or they think is about to trend, or they'll tell you what they see is about to trend. Those right there, those are the ones I mean. So yeah, let me just clarify. Let me clarify. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. I think people want me to talk about this here. A video that I put up about press on nails. I just put up another video that may be controversial. And I've been leaving the videos up. So people, if you want to stitch or duet and practice that feature, I leave a lot of my videos with that feature turned on. So you can if you want to. Yeah, I did say something about press on nails. I have a love-hate relationship with press on nails. With the pandemic, the press on nail business has surged, and now it is out there. And when I posted that, I woke up to a lot of views on that and people going in on each other. And I got people arguing and everything about that post about the press on nails. So let me just clarify my position on press on nails. And I'm just one little person. Who am I? I'm just saying that, have we ever thought about press on nails being a frenemy? A frenemy. Be careful. Be careful pushing press on nails too hard, because you are pressing literally a silent competitor. A silent competitor. Because if you're teaching people how to put on press on nails and how to take them off and how to preserve them, what do they need you for? They don't need you as often. They don't need you as often. Is that what we really want to focus on? It could be a product, but I really wouldn't push that too hard because the press on nails are pushing them out of your chair. And that's why you never really hear me talk about it. I'm not totally against it, but I wouldn't be pushing it too. I don't want my clients in press ons. You would never see, I'll never see them. Especially if I made some good ones. They about 2 or 3 sets from you and be rotating those forever. Okay, you made $60, but you made $180 off of 3 sets, and then you don't see them for 9 months because now they wearing the crap out of the press ons. It's just something to think about as a career nail tech. It's like quick money, but we got to be strategic. Like just, the press on thing is something to think about. I have a love-hate relationship with it. I'm not totally against people who do it. I get it. But it's like I'm a little bit afraid. And that's my latest TikTok post, that I'm a little bit afraid because everyone is a professional. And as soon as somebody gets some information, everybody starts selling it. This is a snowball effect that is going to bite nail techs in the butt next. Let's go back and look at hairstylists. You barely see hairstylists out here anymore, just good old fashioned hairstylists. That's why you don't really see that many salons anymore. Back in the day, salons were everywhere, 2 and 3 on a block, 2 and 3, right next to each other. Being a hairstylist was a good profession. People came on a regular basis to get their hair washed, to get their hair conditioned, to get their hair steamed, to get their hair ends trip, roller set. Now everything, and wigs were out then. Let's think about this. Wigs were out then, but wigs were what? Crusty, rusty, dusty. Some of your grandma would wear to church or whatever, just nothing we would wear. Now, what has happened? Over the years, wigs have evolved, and now the beauty supply stores have taken an advanced wig technology to a point where it's like if you got $60, $70, you can get something that looks just as good and it can last you if you know how to keep it for a long time. I'm talking about the synthetic ones. So they kind of took a lot of business away from traditional hairstylists. What else has happened is social media has done the same thing, because now everybody and their mom started talking about how to make your own wigs and how to do these lace fronts. When lace fronts came on the scene, everybody became a professional on lace fronts, and girls have built whole YouTube channels with hundreds of thousands of followers doing nothing but trying on different wigs and melting the lace. All of this is taken away from the traditional hairstylist. Nowadays, I barely meet a hairstylist who does hair full time. I have clients who do hair, but they got jobs. And I asked my client actually Saturday. She just braided my hair down. I said, "Why don't you do hair full time?" You know what she said to me? She said, "The business is too up and down for me. I can't do it." Mm. That's how a lot of licensed professional hairstylists feel nowadays. They just do it on the side, or they just do a few people that they've been doing forever, but they have jobs because a few things have attacked the hair industry. The beauty salons, I'm sorry, the beauty supply stores. The everybody's a professional and got a YouTube channel and monetizing in all different ways and giving away all the tips and tricks. YouTube is a blessing and a curse too, because it's how they talk too much. People telling step by step, and then they come in with another video and tell you the history of this and that and showing everything and where to get it from. And here's the link. And it's a blessing for those who want to know, but it's a curse for the people who have paid their dues and have been doing this for a long time. The beauty industry is no longer a sacred profession. And so, what do you think is going to happen next? Same thing is going to happen to us. Okay, let me go back. I've wasted money on some of those text page and ain't posted in a year or so. You say you already know what I'm about to say. Yeah, you was in the comments. I didn't even read through all of them. I was like, are they arguing in here? Acrylic will always be number one for me, but the press-on thing, they are pushing really hard. And I had another tech told me to do press-ons because it's easy money. See, that's the problem. We are in a microwave society and everybody want easy money. Yeah, you made that money today, but for the long term, are you pushing your clients away? If they damage their nails, then who cares? Not my fault. Girl, why would I want my clients to potentially damage their nails? And Cece had a great point about that. She said it the other day. She was like, and people not even talking about the fact that people going to damage their nails, ripping them on and gluing them back on and ripping them off and putting them back on and ripping them off. And then they're going to come looking for us. That's one thing. And then another point that she made that was excellent was people are going to be half putting them on and they're going to be getting greenies and mold and bacteria and all type of things caught up under there, keeping them on forever because they don't know anything about proper nail care. They don't understand how air pockets create a space for mold, bacteria, and fungus to grow. But we're not ready for that discussion yet because everybody said it's quick money. And that's what the problem is with social media. Everybody learns a little bit of something and then they start selling it and telling it, selling it and telling every damn thing. And so just like hairstylists, nobody even really respects a true hairstylist, like an old school hairstylist back in the day. They are almost extinct because people don't care. They just want to know who do the best wigs, or who do the best lace fronts, who do the frontals the best, what's their Instagram. That's all they want to know. Nobody cares if they doing it out their house, in the corner of their room, including myself. I'm just saying, like, this is the society that we're working out of now. Nobody respects the profession. Everybody wants something fast. This is a snowball effect that is going to next. It's already hitting the nail industry. April, how have you pronounced it? Yes, the press on people. And then it's another one that's like a knockoff of them, and they're called like Beetles, I think. Beetles is the cheaper version of that. And it's just like, we think this is a good thing, but is it a good thing? Because let's take Keisha Kayor for and I've used her before. We talked about hair, but let's even talk about makeup. Keisha Kayor was the first one really to put it out there with the colorful lipsticks, right? What happened to Keisha Kayor? She's still around, of course, but I'm saying, like, she got knocked off. A lot of people was like, oh, she making all this money, and so let me do it too. And then they started making it a little bit cheaper. But let me tell you what, got everybody. The Asian, because it is ran by Asian, the Asian beauty supply stores and distributors started reaching out to their factories and they started duplicating the stuff and they knocked everybody out the box. Because what did they do? They came out with JCat, JCAT cat, and they reproduced all of Keisha Kayor's colors and some and made them what? $2. They cut them out because they were really the middleman. So they cut them out and cut all the profit margin out for all of them. And so the same thing can happen with the press-ons. And I did see in the comments on that particular post that people said press-ons been out forever. Yeah, they've been out forever. This is my whole dang on point. Wigs have been out forever too. But if they see that the demand is there and they're watching, like I said, I posted that one comment and 20,000 people, 21,000 so far have commented. People are watching. Don't think because you're not getting action that no one's watching. People are always watching you. Okay. They're watching. And if something creates a high enough demand, oh, they will invest money into it. And they will undercut everybody and knock everybody out. So if all of us as professionals are pushing and saying, hey, here are press on nails, you ain't got to come to me. I'll just ship these to you and you ain't even got to see me. Okay, well, yours is $60. But guess what? The Asian manufacturers are watching to see how much traction that gets. And the little cheapy press-ons that you all see in the beauty supply store right now, baby, watch they get better. Watch they start making better lengths. Watch they start getting the shapes more correct. Watch they start doing some of the designs. If they could figure out and get their engineers, baby, because I used to work in brand management. I work with all type of engineers. If they get their engineers to figure out how to mass produce them same type of sets that y'all selling, if they start mass producing them babies, it's over with because they're going to put them sets out for under $20. Ain't none of us making no money at that point. All the people who selling the press-ons, they sales going to go boop. And so the same thing happened with wigs. The same thing happened with makeup. Nobody's pushing all this colorful $20 lipstick now because you can go, first of all, color lipstick is kind of out anyway, but I'm just saying they came in and wiped that money out real quick. They sitting back watching, baby. And so the same thing is happening. Trust and believe. Same thing is happening with the press-ons. If you start go looking in the stores, the press-ons, they already have evolved. Have they not? Have they not? Because I see them. You don't see that. The press-ons have already evolved, okay? And they're going to get better and better and better and better and better. Because the set that it took you an hour or so, whatever, to design, they can put that same design on machine and produce 80,000 units and put that on a cargo and ship it overseas and put it in all the beauty supply stores within 30 days and knock all of that out the box. And if they sell well, trust me, the distributors will order more and they will tell. Y'all don't understand how deep I know this game. The distributors have a call center. There are about a dozen distributors here in the United States. Some of them have multiple locations. I'm not going to say names, but the distributors have many locations and they have literally call centers. And the call centers have like salespeople. And what they do is they call around to the different beauty supply stores and they get their orders for the month. And they also have sales papers. Just like Walmart has a sales paper, the grocery store has a sales paper. Guess what? The beauty supply stores have sales papers too. Yes, they do. Because I've created ads for them. Trust me, I know. If you watch my channel, you know. And they push the hot new thing. And those call center people will say, oh, press on nails are really pushing. You know, we've sold such and such bought 30 cases and da. You want us to send you a case to see? We run a special promotion right now, and they will ship them, and you will see a shift, baby. That's how that goes. But hey, let's just sit back. Them press-ons cost what a full set and only last half the time, but they're reusable, right? They're reusable because that's what the Apries or what have you pronounce it. They're pushing that you can reuse them. And girls are going to figure out a way to reuse stuff more than once. You know how girls do. They already wear their nails till they fall off. They wear a lace front until it's ratty in the front. You think they're not going to do that with the press-ons? They don't have to drive anywhere or anything. You shipping it to them and they could just sit there and pop them on and off. They also think they can professionally color their hair at home too, but then claim bleach is bad for their hair, but don't know what they're doing. And see, that's a whole nother thing. We both said at the same time. Look, I'm telling you, I'm just saying that is why this channel exists. We have to start being strategic. Me being an entrepreneur and a business owner all my life, I've always had to try to stay ahead of the 8-ball. And I'm trying to tell you all that this could be a potential 8-ball for us. It really could be. It really could be just like it was for the traditional hairstylist. I see so many clients on TikTok asking where are all the old school stylists? See, because the new ones don't wash hair or nothing. They want you to damn near come braid it down and everything. This is why it's important to have a niche. Bloop. They've been out here, but the masses stop supporting them. Once they catch on the Apries, why would they need acrylics? Exactly. Because I have some in here that I like to throw on for vacation because I'm too lazy to sit here and do a full set on myself. But I always said I want to have some, Lauren, you already know, I want to have some almond nails when I go on vacation. And I'm like, oh, let me get some. So they're very sturdy. And socials be doing too much they be giving out way too much information. Like, why are you doing step-by-step videos showing everything? The game is to be sold, not to be told. They are not for everyone. But I'm a little scared because I feel like this is going to be a trap. And like a lot of people in this industry that are jumping in this industry who are not truly professionals, more so hustlers, like somebody said earlier, it's quick, fast money. Those people don't have foresight. They just want money for today. But that could be detrimental to us who really do this for real. But the ones I got are really stiff. She evolved to waist trainers. And yeah, you see what I'm saying? She had to move on to something else because they came in and knocked her out. They literally just burned her up when they came out with JCat. JCat was $2. JCat still is $2. But if you go in a beauty supply store now, JCat is just sitting there. The lipsticks are just sitting collecting dust. And so what they did now, they're watching. Just Just like my whole point of telling that story about the comment that got all those likes overnight. People are watching. You just can't see how many people are watching. They're watching too. They're watching. And she had to do something because now JCat has moved on to what? The liquid, because they're watching to see what to do next. They have already made all their money on that. Now the new trend is liquid lipsticks and the matte liquid lippies. And so they just extended their line to the liquid. And now they're going to be always on top of that trend. It's almost like that is something that's a ship that has sailed and gone. They got it already. I love Apres. I use them all the time. Soft gel enhancements are very durable and last 3 to 6 weeks. I like acrylics, but Apres Gel X are great too when applied correctly. Gel X enhancements are not press-ons though. And see, that's Cece was telling me something about that. I have to look further into it. But if you can make it into whatever a service that you can keep your hands on your clients and not make them so independent of not needing you, then it's whatever it is a good thing. Yeah, they watch and copy everything. Yeah, they stay watching us. You are right. I'm battling quitting my corporate job to take advantage of my nail tech license full time, but I don't know if I can sustain on that alone, especially with the DIY nail creatives. Yes, they talk too much. People are just giving out too much information. Like, why are you giving out so much information? And then the thing of it is, there are so many people who are hustlers. They learn something and they get one little thing down correctly, and then they want to automatically just tell everyone to sell a course on it. They don't even know anything. You ask these people, they be like, I just started and I started during the pandemic. And then you click on their link in bio and they got classes on every little thing they learned. That is a problem too, but it's not going to change. The problem we're dealing with right now is social media is a double-edged sword. Information is spreading faster than we can bat our eye. Just like the 20,000 likes I got on a comment that I made on a girl's page overnight, 20,000 likes. That's just the amount of people who took time to like it. Okay? We're not even talking about the amount of people who saw it. So imagine people who are giving out good information that we literally make a living off of, and people just giving out information. How many people are viewing this? How can we prevent this? Something to talk about. Apres gel extensions are applied with gel and last longer than press-ons, but some people do them just as press-ons, but the system isn't meant for it. Now, here's the thing. That is an angle that people could use, but it should be said something like, oh, for a professional install, my link is in bio or whatever. You see what I'm saying? Sculpture nails are beautiful. And yes, they are. Yes, they are. Not I don't do them, but they are beautiful. Don't you have to soak off aprons every time or have someone figure out a way to fill them in? I'm sure you can fill them in, but yeah, that's the downside to that. You have to soak those off. And I've always said that about gel nails, period. Like, I don't want a product on my clients I got to soak out every time, because soak offs and soak outs are what's the word? They don't make money. They don't make money, and it's time in your books and time on your schedule, and they're not money producers. So I personally wouldn't want that service on my books too much, because you got to remove that crap. Okay. Yeah, soak offs though, you can't get that much money off of soak offs. To me, soak offs are the biggest time waster ever. Yeah. Hard gel is not hard. It's just control. Just like me, you all know that I'm doing I've been on live like 2 or 3 times doing my henna and stuff, which I keep telling you all that's a great add-on service that people will love this spring and summer. It's all about controlling hand movements, pressure. I think it'll fade out eventually. Yes, people want to be able to do their own for a cheap, easy fix, but they'll get tired of doing it themselves and come back. Yeah, I don't even mention press-ons to people. At least with hard gels, maintenance, which keeps clients come back, versus aprons and press-ons. Yeah. Hard gel is not even, I tell people all the time, even with brows and all of that stuff. Some things, You can watch as many videos as you want, but certain things you have to just get in there and just keep doing it every day. Like every day I make myself do henna every day. And then I ordered the Jacques, what is it? The other one is like, it's a, it's a gel form of the henna. They said you need to practice at least 20 minutes a day. Certain things that ain't even, you just got to be hands on with it. And hard gel is one of those things. You just have to really get in there and be hands on with it. And you need to have a very light and reactive hand with hard gel, because it's all about fluffing, pushing, tapping, pulling, and you just have to get your flow. It's like playing a violin. I would say doing hard gel is like playing a violin. Oh, okay, that doesn't seem to be healthy at all. I do structured manicures with luminary nail system so that I could avoid the soak off. Okay. Yeah. You don't have to soak them off. You could feel them. They have videos on that. And see, if you're going to do that, then it's like, you got to, it goes back to what this channel is about. Whatever you're going to do, you have to brand yourself with it. And it's like, if you're going to offer that service, you should say, I'm an official Apres um, technician or something like that. I would. You think the company going to say something about you saying that? Like, you know, you didn't say that you're one of, I'm an official, I'm an official distributor or whatever, or I'm an official, sir, I service this product official, or you could just flip it and say something like, I service the authentic Apres product, to make them think like, oh, people are here doing the fake version. She has the real version. It's always word salad, ways to get around stuff to make people come to you. Henna, yeah, henna. I do henna. Yeah. I've been telling you all you need to start learning henna. Right now is the perfect time to start practicing henna. It's the perfect way to build your ticket. Yeah, specialist. That's the word, specialist. Yeah. And so we want to be, we're going to have to be very strategic. Everybody is not going to be this social media guru and just hitting it hard every day. It's a lot of darn work. And sometimes I don't have time. Sometimes I'm drawing a blank, but I'm going to keep at it, keep at it. But at the same time, because of all these different angles, to me, like our industry is being, the nail industry in particular is being watered down. Watered down. It has been being watered down, but it's really, you watch the pandemic put a spotlight on press-ons, and now a lot of girls who don't even do nails, they don't have to. Let's think about this, you all. Think. It's so many people that want to do nails, but you know why they want to do it, because they want to do the designs. I haven't said that in a while, right? But they can't master the acrylic. See, be careful with that, because guess what? If they are really good at designs, but they can't master good acrylic, they can just start a press on business. Because there are girls out here, and I've seen TikToks, the 5 things you need to start a press on business. Literally, the 5 things you need to start a press on business. And the links, link is in my bio, da 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 da. And you go order all this stuff from Amazon. They can't do acrylic, but guess what? They know how to design. And so they making just as much money as you, and they don't even know how to do acrylic. But they're snatching it away. And again, a lot of people don't know how to price themselves. They don't have real bills, or they're young and they still at home. So they'll sit there and do it for $20 and be making a killing, shipping out 20 a day, killing it. So your clients could be going over there buying their press-ons that they're just designing. They're not really making money, but they feel like they are. They don't have any real bills. And they're now selling press-ons with pretty decent designs for $20. Because that's what happens when everybody starts to learn something. A lot of people who don't understand business and how to price themselves, and who don't really have real responsibilities in this world, they just make their price a few dollars lower than the next person to get people. I told you all about the lash thing that happened, right? Where the girl selling it for $10, and she made a mistake to me and telling everybody how much she was making every month, and now everybody doing the same exact thing she's doing. So now she's going to have to work extra hard to show why she's different from them, because they're selling the same exact thing now. It's just a double-edged sword out here. Yes, the zoins, the zoins, the zoins, the zoins. As a nail tech that only works in salons for now, should I open an LLC now ahead of time? As nail tech. I don't know why everybody, and I said this before, and I said it when Dakar was on the phone. Everybody, that's another thing that's trending. Everybody is so stuck on the word LLC. Just do what you do. I wouldn't even worry about that right now. I don't know why everybody think a LLC just makes them so official. LLC is really more so for tax purposes and everything. And I have not yet to hear about a person needing their LLC because they were sued. What you need as a nail tech, more so than worried about being an LLC, is you could go buy some insurance just for your specialty. They do have that, you know, like insurance or whatever. Because LLC protects you if you have a lot of assets and things, like if you own a lot of properties and different things like that, then the LLC will protect you in the case that someone tried to sue you. It protects your assets. But other than that, LLC, that's another trending topic all across social media, and people don't really get. I don't know, something about that just makes my skin crawl when everybody starts saying I got my LLC. It's like that is not the most important thing, and it's probably not the thing you even need right away. If you want to get something, worry about getting insurance, and just simply type in insurance for a nail tech. And there are companies who insure nail techs against liability, because LLC is for protecting assets, and it helps in terms of tax liability. And that's it. I don't know where all this LLC obsession has come from. I don't know. So I hope that answered the question. Look into the insurance. Yeah, and you're okay as a sole proprietor. You can file as a sole proprietor if you want to, and talk to your tax professional in terms of what's the best tax benefit. But you really, if you're talking about liability, you want to get some insurance. LLC and insurance, it's like two different things. See, that's what I'm talking about with social media. People put out so many videos talking about how to start your business, 5 easy steps. Go get you an EIN, go get you an LLC, and it depends on the business and what it is you're trying to do. Like it's so much wrong information out here. Like, not necessarily wrong. It's just like, it's not wrong, but it's like people are just throwing out any little bit of stuff they know, and they're positioning themselves as a professional in a certain field, and they're not. They learned a little bit of stuff and they want to sell you something. And they only know a little something, but they want to sell you something. It's so many fake gurus out here. I cannot even, it makes me want to, so many. As a nail tech, worry about getting some insurance in case something were to happen. If you have a lot of assets and things that need to be protected, then I guess you could get an LLC. And then, but really, like Dakara said, and that doesn't even protect you in all cases. It just all depends. Go back and watch that video on the taxes. I think it's Tax Talk, about 3 videos back. The thing I don't like about the press ones is that everybody is doing, wait, I'm reading too fast. The thing I don't like about the press ons that everyone's doing is like there are really few, there are a few really good artists. The majority of people are doing basic pink and white and bling sets and selling them for $20. And can I tell you something? How much money you think they really making? Because most people don't know how to calculate their time. People just forget about their time. After you bought supplies and you looked at the time that it took you to sit there and do that, then you had to package the stuff. What about the packaging materials? That's exactly what I said. A lot of people are out here just doing anything and not even really making money. But who cares? That's on them, but it's hurting us, the real professionals. You know? Girls been saying LLC gets higher tax returns. That is a blanket statement. And if Dakara was here, she would tell you exactly. It is something that you have to discuss on a case by case basis. When people say stuff like that, and when you see signs outside saying 3 children, I can get you $6,400. 4 children, I can get you $9,200. Stay away from them people, because those are people that just putting anything down, and it's gonna get you in trouble possibly. It depends. I got an LLC but don't know how to run a business. Everybody got a damn LLC now. And like I said, it depends on your particular setup, how you should be structured and what you got going on in life and what do you own. Because a lot of people got LLCs, don't have a pot to piss in. So what exactly what are you protecting exactly? But it's what everybody tell them to get. I had to buy insurance, and I'm not saying you, Lauren, but I'm just saying, like, it's so annoying that everybody just thinks LLC is all you need an EIN. Like, it depends. It really depends. Talk to your tax professional and, get some insurance. That's the thing. I had to buy insurance to work with this mobile company. If I spill acetone and ruin a table or cut someone and they get an infection, I am covered. And that's funny you say that, because one time I was working for an agency and I went to this woman's house and she was very nice, but when I sat up at her dining room table, she was so paranoid because she did say, funny you say that, the technician they sent before me, the last time she came, she spilled acetone on their dining room table and it was ruined. It was. And so she was so paranoid. And that is something that you would need insurance for. If you do that to somebody's property or house or something, or somebody comes to your, I don't know, like she just said, infection or whatever, you can't look at that person and say, I have an LLC. The attorney is going to be like, so do you have insurance? That's going to be the question. And I think that people are confusing all this stuff and what they really need. What we need your insurance information. We don't care about an LLC. I had to buy insurance to work with this mobile. Oh. And it costs money to keep it active. Yeah. Yep. And the insurance is cheap. It's cheap. And to be honest with you, I've been trying, and if you all just tell me yes, and I'll reach out to her. My State Farm insurance agent, I've been trying to get her to come online, and I think she would be very excited, and she could tell you the different types of coverages that they have. You'd be surprised because State Farm has a plethora of coverages for different people. They have long-term disability, short-term disability, all these different things for us as professionals, but we don't know about it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's because of social media. And everybody know everything and know nothing. They know a little box of information. They just be putting themselves out there like they the guru, and they be putting out wrong information. So yeah, that's what you want to look into, the insurance. And that wasn't a dig against you. It just makes my skin crawl because I see so many. I even see people on my Facebook page. Y'all, I got my LLC. And then everybody be like, congratulations, 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 congratulations. And this man selling jerk chicken tacos. Jerk chicken tacos, talking about he got his LLC. And I know for a fact, I'm just making up something, by the way. But this man selling jerk chicken tacos, and he done made this big old announcement talking about he got his LLC. And I know for a fact that he live in his sister's basement. What the hell do you have an LLC? You have no assets to protect. Okay, then customers be thinking nail service is supposed to be cheap when folks out here cheapening the craft. Yeah, you don't really need it right away. You don't. Like, unless you have some assets or things to protect. Yeah, it's you. It talk to the professionals. I don't like giving that type of advice per se because I'm not a guru on that at all. But I do understand the difference, and the insurance is what you want. But that rarely ever happens. Like, if I've yet to see a person really be sued, only when I worked in hair care, someone did sue a hair company because I'm not going to say any names or anything, but I'm going to say that a person, no, a few people used a product and it was taking people's hair out. And there was a problem with that batch. It was a bad batch that got out. And usually those things are settled outside of court. It didn't go to court. Those people just received checks for like $5,000 each, and that was it. And they shut the hell up. But we had an attorney on staff, and that was just handled outside of court. They need to get over it and realize the $25 set days are over with. Ugh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, y'all don't stress. What I'm trying to say is don't stress yourself out over that. Do what you got to do. And if you want to spend energy on anything, it's your branding. Because right now, this is a whole beast. This is the culmination of a whole bunch of stuff that's going to end up like the wig industry. The wig industry turned into the lace frontal gurus, and the traditional hairstylist is like a damn dinosaur these days. And it's sad because you can't find one. And if you do find one, they do it on the side, and they don't really want to take clients because they have a whole job and they've kind of put that on the back burner because the industry is, it's just, they burnt it up. And I'm afraid that that's going to happen with nails. And so it's going to be hard to keep the integrity of this industry because everybody's telling too much. And so what you have to do, how do, somebody asked earlier, I think Lauren, how do we combat this? You have to do what I've been saying since the beginning. You have to continue to stand on top of your brand. And you need to know exactly what your niche is in this brand. Is it natural nail care? Are you known for your enhancements? Are you a pedicure specialist? What are you known for? What are you known for? Like, I mean, you could do a lot of different things like I do, but I mean, like, in general, do you even know what type of clients you want? And you have to stand on that, and you have to become the best in that, and just be consistent in that. Like, being consistent. You know, we can't jump on every bandwagon. That is a surefire way to shoot yourself in the foot. And I tell people around me all the time, if you jump on everything that comes out, you will not be known for anything in particular. You're just like the rest of the people running around chasing a quick buck. You could chase a quick buck, and yeah, you made more money than me this week. You made more money than me next week, the week after. You made more money than me the for the next 3 months. But guess what? I made more money overall because my money is consistent. I'd rather have the consistent money than the fast money any day. And so it all goes back to the branding. It all goes back to the branding. Sitting down, figuring out what your ideal client looks like, the type of, look at the clients that you have, figure out the ones you like and the ones you don't like. Because I had a lot of clients that I said before gave me anxiety, stressed me out. And even though they were paying money, I just knew that I didn't really want those type of clients long term. Like the type of work that they had me doing, the type of pressure they put on me, the comments that they made, their lifestyle, a culmination of all of that. It was like, I don't want these clients. The next person might want them, but these are not for me. And now I have the clientele that I want. I have a little bit older or middle age corporate or working class women who are married and settled and have very stable money. And I'm cool with that. I'm so cool with that. And it's a lot less pressure. And I stick with that. And I'm just going to keep going with that. And they will refer people to you, like-minded people, like-minded clients to you. It's really just that simple. But if you haven't figured out where you fit in this industry, you could be thrown and be juggling all over the place because it's right now the nails are woo. It's going through the same thing the hair went through. And a lot of people don't see it. They don't think this deep on it. And that's because this is not their main source of income. But for me, it is a big chunk of my income. So I sit back and I try to stay ahead of the 8 ball, and I see it. I see it. Yep, better start doing pedicures. And I've already said that. I have an old video called The Power of the P, and it's just talking about pedicures. And pedicures are a great upgrade. It will literally, if you have the book, if not, you know, you could do some calculations, but there's actually a worksheet in the book telling you how to calculate how much you want to make and what you need to be doing, how many you need to be doing. And there, it teaches you how to work your money out. Pedicures can increase your overall income by 30% or more, you know, just depending on how you do it. But you gotta be like moving with the times. Do not get pigeonholed to the latest, hottest thing and just think that your money is gonna stay hot forever. Because if you are making money right now off of trends, trends come and go. Like French is in right now. Next year, people will not probably be in French. It's gonna be something else. But French right now out of nowhere just popped back up from the 1990s. And French is hot. That's why I categorize nail care as part of personal hygiene now. I think it puts it more into perspective of how important it is. It's not a luxury, it's personal hygiene. I like that. Yes, pedicures are definitely overlooked. It's so quick. It's a quick ticket builder. Like a gel pedicure should be getting you 45, $50, and you could do it in like 45 minutes. Whereas you sit there and work on a set and do this intricate design that they showed you on Instagram, they got you in a chair for 2 hours. It's a no-brainer. And then people don't want to touch feet because they're nasty, but you touch people's hands. They could have just had relations with themselves or with somebody else. They could have just got out the toilet. They could have just changed their baby diaper, all type of stuff up under their nails. But people will talk about feet. Feet are cleaner than hands to me. Okay? Hands are nasty. Feet are not as nasty as hands. But okay. Started to realize that I want to specialize in pedicures. And you can make a ton of money on pedicures, and it's easier money. I told you all, when I worked for Elizabeth Arden, I was a pedicure specialist. And then I became a dual specialist. They promoted me out of nowhere, like, you're a dual specialist, because they knew I knew a lot about both. But I made all my money off of pedicures and Mario Tricoci. I could get a set up for pedicures after I get settled. You better. They could have, they could have just changed their tampon, be half wiping. People, you know, when you in public restrooms, you see how women wash their hands. We want to talk about men being nasty. When you in those public restrooms, look at how women wash their hands. How many people really sit down and wash their hands properly? Now let's think about this. You see how people wash their hands properly? How people wash their hands in public? So imagine what they do in private when nobody's around them. I'm just saying. And y'all want to say feet are nasty. You see how people be like just rinsing off their hands after touching their private areas? They probably just barely wet their hands, or just wet their hands enough if people outside the door, just to make it look like you don't know what people doing in private. I'm telling you. Yeah, I love doing feet. I actually enjoy doing feet more than hands. And it's weird because when I first moved out from high school, moved into the first salon, I did not do feet. But now I actually enjoy feet more than hands. I'm not a foot fetish person. I'm saying, like, feet are it's such an easier ticket. It's such an easier thing. Like, it's easier money. I promise you. Pedicures are easy. And you're supposed to wash them 15 to 30 seconds. Exactly. You rarely see people really sit and do that. And they definitely are not scrubbing their hands around and all that. People put enough soap just for public appearances, and they rinse off. Especially if you go in the airport bathroom and it's a lot of women. Then it's a few that just walk out and just walk right into the airport. Like, come on now. But we want to say that people's feet are nastier than people's hands. Women are not as clean as you want to think they are. Yeah. So I just wanted to throw that out there. And if you go back and look at the post, it was more so of a rhetorical question. Like, are we thinking about where all of this is leading with these press-ons? And I'm afraid that the press-ons that are in the store and available to people, if the people, or the beauty people who are in the industry and the influencers in the industry are really, really, really saying, press-ons. All we need is for a few influential people or some type of reality person or something to start promoting them. Like, that's going to be a wrap for us. Not a wrap like that, but I mean, like, it's going to make a big shift. And then the Asian suppliers and manufacturers are going to see that, and they're going to start duplicating it, putting in stores way cheaper than everybody who's making money from it right now. I hope that doesn't happen. But it's just something to think about. We got to make sure our brand stays tight. We do. Yeah, airports are the worst. Yep. Men are coming to get, and men, don't sleep on the men too. Men are very easy. Very easy. And yes, women are super nasty. Yep. I love what you said. I love doing pedicures. It's easy. And you could upgrade. That's the thing. You could always expand. Oh my God. You could expand. Yes. And people don't want to pay. Yeah, they think nails for some reason should stay. And I posted something about that, or somebody else posted it. Like, people, I think I posted, yeah, meat has gone up, ground beef has gone up, gas has gone up, everything has gone up. But why are they screaming so hard about nails? You know why? Because nails are too easy to get your hands on. If nails were a hard commodity to come by, people would pay whatever price. But now you have the discount salons that have already been out here in plentiful supply, on top of people going on YouTube and all these self-taught people just throwing anything out there dirt cheap. It's making it hard for us. You see? People are complaining, but they don't tell how they come show you some elaborate design, which they think is easy, but it's elaborate for us, and we have to buy a million products to even make that happen. But they, for some reason, feel like we should never go up. We should be doing everything for $25, $30. Branding is important. Positioning yourself to the people who are gonna pay. Because there are always people who will pay. You have to find them. But if you don't know who they are, who will pay, then it will be very frustrating. How did you get men in? I was trying to, but couldn't get any. Um, the best way to get men in is barbers. Barbers are a good way. Also, a lot of your clients start asking about their husbands and boyfriends because I do couples a lot. Not a lot, but enough. And men tip well too. Yep. And they're not nitpicky. Like, it's very rare that you find a nitpicky man. So these are things to think about because social media and the way that it's going right now, we got to really stay on top of it. We do not want to be like the hairstylists in the industry. A lot of them have retired, mostly. A lot of them have retired. And I'm not talking about girls who know how to put on wigs and braid hair down. They're not hairstylists to me. They're just wig stylists. I'm talking about old school hairstylists who know how to grow out some hair, who have, Marcel irons and all of that. They don't even exist anymore. I really wish these product companies would require licenses, and they used to, and they don't anymore, in order to purchase. Letting just any old body and everyone buy their products, I feel, is part of the problem. I get why they do it, but damn. And I'm glad you said that because that is a whole nother angle to this. I'm so glad you said that because I didn't even mention that. And that is a whole nother thing that's working against us. Back in the day, you had to have a license. You couldn't even log into a lot of sites unless you had to get a login first. You could see the products, but you could not see the prices. It's only a few companies that still do that. I think OPI still does that. Zoya still does that. But majority of the people who used to require all of that no longer require it. You know why? Because they found out that they were leaving a heap ton of money on the table because social media has generated a whole new generation of people who want to know and are ready to spend tons of money. So they're like, screw that license stuff. Shoot, that's on them if they get caught. We selling this product. That is a whole nother side to this that's hurting us. And then you got everybody and their mama out here selling their own product line too. And they're not even licensed. You got a ton of people out here selling products and they're not even licensed in that field at all. Know nothing about it. My clients are telling their fathers and husbands. Also, one found me on Google and then sent his mom to me too. See, all you got to do is find a few. And then what happens is if you give them a good service, I said referrals are the best. My booking link has not been up in over a year. But I did put it out there to clients, my current clientele, that I am taking people right now. And I told them my booking link is not up because I don't want random people off the internet. I only want referrals because I want people like you. And I know that you just won't send anybody to me. They're like, oh, you know me. You know I ain't going to send anybody over here to your house. I said, I know. That's what I'm telling you. Well, you know what? The people at work be asking me all the time. And when I'm out, people always asking me. And I didn't even know. I didn't think you were taking people because I saw your booking link wasn't up. So I just thought your books were closed. They were, but now they're back open, and I trust that you would send good people my way. So I am taking people, okay? And I'll hook you up, if you send me a couple of people, I got you. That's how I do it. Men are starting to come back in because of the whole personal hygiene aspect of it. Yep. It's the experience they give, the time, the talent. Yep. They need to leave this to the professionals. But the problem is, it's going to get further away from the professionals. And that's why this whole channel exists. And this is why this particular live exists. Because did you see it happen with the hair industry? You probably didn't feel it because you weren't a hairstylist. But I just talked to my friend today in Atlanta. She is an old school hairstylist who will grow your hair down your back. She know how to do everything. She got growing hands. Her business is not the same. And she one of the few that I know that does it full time. But most of the ones I know, they're like, shoo, nope. I hate when nail techs talk about price. And someone on TikTok told me that if we charge less, then we would get more customers, which would make us more money. Is it making you more money? Is it making you more money? I already talked about that, because a lot of people are just busy. You're just busy, baby. You're just busy. You go over there and you keep doing that stuff for $40 and you got to do 10 people in a day. I did 3 and I made the same amount as you because I have a targeted audience who likes what I have to offer, and I offer a particular feeling, a particular environment, a particular service. I'm consistent, I'm on time, my work is good. And so I can charge more because I have branded myself that way and I have a track record. And so, yeah, you keep scraping and scratching for people with cheap prices and having to run yourself into the ground. And let's see how long your hands and your back last doing that. Because I can do 3 or 4 people and I'm just fine. And let's see how long you like not having a life. Because at those cheap ass prices, you got to sit there all darn day, 50, 60, 70, 80 hours a week. Because I've been there to make your money. I want to have a life. And see, that's those new ones. Them new ones, they all excited because there's always and glitter, there's always. Okay, keep doing that for 3. I'm gonna give them 3 years. They're gonna be burnt the hell out. They don't get a chance to go nowhere. By the time they finish that long work day, yeah, you made the money, but you tired. You looking a ratty hot mess. Your nails are toe up. Your hair is toe up. You too tired to even get in the shower. You just want to eat, probably smoke, and just chill out because you're burning yourself out, right? They don't realize that if we do that, then we be either hard, we be working harder, not smarter. Yep. You got to let them learn their own lessons because they know everything. All these new people that know nothing, like I said with the tax stuff, everybody, get your LLC, the EIN, you in business and you gonna make all this money. They skipped over everything else like the branding and all that and understanding the business. But yeah, I told you it's a whole bunch of people out here that know so much but know nothing. And they trying to tell us how to do it. We got to let these people learn their own lesson. Don't even worry about them. If you're branded correctly, don't worry. Just stick to what you know and make sure that you are being consistent in whatever you have set up. But take the time to set up and figure out what it is you want to be known for. Okay, and just stick with it. Because those people do not last. They fall off. I promise you. I know so many people that bought so much stuff, and I've given stuff to people, all of that. And talk to them a year later or 2, I see them later down the line, they don't even remember what you're talking about. They're like, oh yeah, I still got that stuff. They don't put that stuff up somewhere it's collected dust because they weren't in it for the long haul. As a last check, I follow said if you're too booked, it isn't necessarily a good thing. Exactly, because too many people, instead of pricing these luxury services accordingly. And people, that's the thing. People confuse being booked and busy with profitable. And profitability those are 2 different things. You don't have to be that busy. I have some nosy people all the time always asking me how busy I am. And I just be like, oh, it ain't busy. It ain't, I don't care what they think. I got to be making some money. I'm over here paying my mortgage, my car note, going on vacations. And I'm always in buying nice clothes and getting my deliveries here from Amazon every damn day. So I got to be making some type of money. But they be trying to figure out, how does she do that? Because I don't have to do a million people a day, because I have the people I want that pay me my worth, because I'm branded, because that's why you're here. Yeah, they love to ask, you busy? You can't figure me out. You will never. No one knows everything I got going on. No one but me. What is your starting price, Shecago, for a short plain set, if you don't mind my asking? It's about to change. I need to print it out. Right now, today, my short square set is only $40. But really, I've been charging 45, and I think I'm gonna step that up a little bit. But this is the thing. When you say short, I had a picture up on the wall. I haven't put it up here. When people say I want my nails short, see, this is the ha ha ha. When they say short, I would point to that picture and I would say, that's my short. Okay. So you sure you want short? Because when I tell you a short set for $40, I'm talking about nails is cut all the way down to like your natural nails. That is my short. And if you start getting out from that, oh, that's a medium. Oh, that's a medium long. That's a medium. And then, like that. So, and that price is about to increase. But yeah, they always want to tell me they're getting a short set. And I'm like, that's not short to me. I have a short price, but my short is really short. You're not going to get me. So most people really, when they show me the length they really want, I'm like, well, for me, that's between a medium and a short. That's not short. So I would go 45 because it's really usually like a half inch below that threshold, and that's not short to me. So you can't get me. I'm debating about making my starting price from 50 to 60, but not sure. Yeah, and that's the thing. I'm about to go up anyway because everything has gone up. Gloves are 3 times more than they were when the pandemic started. The acetone, the alcohol, everything. And then all this new stuff that's coming out, you got to keep buying. Like now they got this reflective glitter that everybody wants. Everything. Like you want me to keep up on all the trends and have new stuff to offer you every time you come. Well, guess what you're doing? You create an extra bill for me because now I got an extra design budget. So now I got to go up north and constantly be buying all this new stuff, new files, new buffers on top of all this new design stuff that you want me to keep on top of. So how is it that you want me to keep up on top of all it? Every new design trend requires me to buy new tools to do it, new brushes to do it, new glitter to do it, new floating gel, new this, new that. But you want your price to stay the same. All this new stuff is new stuff that I have to add into my inventory on top of my regular supply. But people don't want to hear all that. When people really like hit a button with me, I will start breaking it down. I don't say it like this, but I'll just be like, I have to go out and buy this stuff. This set right now, this stuff is selling expensive because it's so trendy. So, it costs. Yes. Wait. So many new nail people on social just making prices without any concept of overhead or profit. Yeah, they just be throwing prices out their butt. I'm telling you. I'm trying not to curse too much because, they be flagging me, but they be pulling prices out their ass. They have no reason why. They just see what everybody else is doing. They just throw out a price to be. That's what I'm telling you. They be trying to undercut, just throwing out something. They don't know why they make up half the prices they make up. I have saved a lot of money by pumping the brakes on ordering nail supplies from Amazon. It never fails to be poor quality. And that's another thing. Like that reflective glitter crap that one of these companies keep pushing. And I just kept seeing that video, kept seeing that pop up, kept seeing that pop up. And I'm like, I bet you this glitter look basic as hell when I order this expensive glitter. So instead of ordering their brand, I did go buy some off of Amazon. I said, let me look at this stuff because it was the top graded one. I said, I bet you this just basic glitter with just a little more. All it is a little more reflective glitter than normal in there. And sure enough, when I opened the bottle, yes, sparkly and everything, but that's only because it's a little more glitter in there than normal. You get what I'm saying? And then that particular company, when I started really looking at their videos and reading the comments because people were asking questions, they were like, well, that's with the light on. So then they started like showing, I just started researching it. They started showing the darn glitter with the light on, with the light off. Yeah, any glitter looks super reflective and sparkly if you put a certain light on it. That's why when you go in stores and you look at products, or you look at even in clothing stores, everything is sparkling. But when you buy that rhinestone shirt or that rhinestone dress or whatever, and you get home, it don't look the same because stores specifically have special fluorescent lighting to capture the consumer. And so us as business people, we cannot be caught up in all the glitz and glam. And when I start making new investments into new products, especially for designing, I have to do research and start looking at comments, and reviews, because it's all marketing. That's my background, so I don't fall for every little trick. You can be above that, but it all goes back to everything we've been saying for over 2 years now, you guys. Really 3 years. Have you built your brand to be able to charge that? They saying, because there's a lot of good people, but it's not even about being good these days. It's about who's the most popular. That's why I said social media is a double-edged sword. There's a lot of basic people out here that have branded themselves and put extra shiny lights on the glitter and putting contrast and stuff on pictures, and they get more people because they are better branders. Like Ming Lee, she put out a book, and I love the title because the crazy thing is the book is like, it's nothing new. Actually, one of my clients gave me the book because she was so pissed that she spent $25 on it. But the name of the book is The best marketer wins. And that is so true. The best marketer wins, not the most talented, the best marketer. Gas is about to be $4 in Florida. On top of food prices going up and supplies going up. Prices are definitely going up. Yep. A lot of them are trash. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Charge worth. Find a few. And you have to position yourself as a person who's worth it. Because clients, this is the thing. Clients, and I read a lot of comments when I look on other nail tech's page, and I read what customers say too, because let me explain something. Arguing with clients and going back and forth with them is not going to make them suddenly want to spend the money, because that means that it's something that you're not doing, because you have to. One thing I learned in marketing, oh my God, I'm talking an hour and a half. This is so important. I'm eating a piece of cheese, you all, because I'm so hungry. Sorry. Marketing is about emotions. It's inspiring people. Marketing and branding is all about inspiring people to do something. I need you all to watch this new show that just came up on Netflix. Shonda Rhimes actually wrote it. The lady who did, what is that show? Everybody was going crazy over. Was she the black lady with the white president? Scandal. She wrote Scandal. Shonda Rhimes wrote this new exclusive miniseries on Netflix, and I loved it. I binge watched it in 2 days. It's called Inventing Anna. Watch it. Watch it. Inventing Anna is about this girl, an immigrant from somewhere over in Europe. I forgot where. Russia, I want to say. She came here and she positioned herself to be an heiress. And she told the story about her father being this big mogul over there in Russia. We're going to say Russia. And she convinced all these people in New York that she was an heiress. And it shows how this girl was a total fraud. And I think it's supposed to be based on a true story. But she convinced all these people that she was the heiress. And she convinced these people so well that she was living the life that most people just imagine, like only imagine. And she got to the point where she convinced so many people and created such a big social circle and such a big social following that she had banks and stuff involved in this, about to give her I think it was $40 million loan to open up a building right there in the heart of New York, in one of the most prestigious areas, to revamp this building. But it all caught up to her. You should watch it. It's really good. Just talking about how people fake it till they make it. So it's not about you actually being the best. It's about how well you can inspire people to want to fool with you and spend money with you. Because people are, if you can hit the right strings with people, you'd be surprised what people will do for you. That's just like with men. You ain't got to be the prettiest girl to get that dude to do whatever for you. You just got to know what heartstrings to pull on, what to do, when to wink your eye, when to rub up against them, when to pout, when to smile. You know, it's all about inspiring people to do stuff. So when it comes to doing nails, the best marketer wins, because they are inspiring people to want to come sit in their chair, because they have made these people believe that they are the best at this, or they are the best at that, or they are the best at, giving them the best experience. They have convinced a group of people to come spend some money. So you can convince people to do anything you want if you are consistently convincing the right set of people. Like I told you all, and I'm not going to go into that story about the girl with the eyebrows, how she had people come and sit in her chair every 15 minutes, paying her $60 or $65 to do her brows. If you follow my channel, you know about that story. This girl, Rashida B, had a following where you couldn't get in with her for months, just shaping people's eyebrows with a razor blade. And she was getting $65 every 15 minutes. And she had very strict rules, but she had created this whole buzz around the Rashida B experience. And she was getting it. And I already told that story, but it's important to understand. I had a client send a pic of that glitter. I just used my regular glitter, gel art paint, and she was satisfied. Exactly. I'm so glad you said that about the reflective glitter because I had to think about it twice. Girl, yeah. The craze will be over soon, just like when the cat eye first came out. Exactly. I'm glad I ain't go out and buy too much cat eye. They trying real hard to bring cat eye back right now. They trying. Glitter is it's another way to learn. Mm-hmm. Designs. Glitter, fairy dust stones, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. All of that. Gotta see a profit. Because I should be charging more. I just haven't sat down because I moved you all. I set up a whole different space, whole different setup, everything, and I had so much going on. But I'm printing out a price list. And I can't print out everything. That's when I hate when people be like, well, how much you charge for nails? I always tell them it depends on what you're getting. And well, how much for designs? It really depends on what you're getting and how long they are. Because a partial bling nail on a short nail, I'm gonna charge this price. But if your nail's long, I'm gonna charge another price. Because one long nail is like doing two short nails when it comes to rhinestones. I'll just say I can work within your budget. We'll figure it out. Like we'll work something out. It is a true story. Okay, it's a true story. That girl just got like 7 years in prison. It is so good, and the fashion was off the chain. And it was crazy how a person can come from nothing and convince people that she's something. Happy Valentine's Day. Yes. hmm So, what do we have to do? Just stay branded. Just stay branded because we are in a microwave society where everybody is going around chasing these quick bucks. And I'm just saying the whole press on thing, and then the company Apres, then the knockoff of Apres, which is Beatles. All you need is for a few influencers or some reality stars or some influential people to start really pushing that, and that can hurt us. So you got to make sure that your game is on tight. Okay, so I feel like I've talked enough. But if you haven't seen it on Netflix, watch the show. It's called Inventing Anna. It just came out. I almost want to watch it again because the girl was a straight up sociopath and narcissist, but she believed that you could tell she had like mental issues, but she believed her story so well she had everybody else convinced. And that's how convincing you have to be with people that you are the best. It's flawless. Look at the detail on this. Look at this. Take close up pictures or whatever it is you do. Find an angle and stick with that angle. I can't tell you exactly what to do because everybody is different. Just find a way to stick out to get a certain type of client. They are out there. Everybody ain't cheap. Everybody is not broke, and everybody don't want the cheap stuff. Some people really are willing to pay the absolute most for the best, like Rashida B. 65 dollars to when I finally went, my cousin got me in, and she literally sat there and shaped my brows with a razor. And my cousin tipped her, I'm sure, because I know how my cousin is. She probably gave her $80. So my cousin just wanted me to go see how this girl ran her business, which I appreciate. But it was the whole process of, oh, I got in with Rashida B. Then when you get up there, it was a big, beautiful white loft with the fur rug, and she had the big glass jar with all these different old school candies and old school movies up, and everything was just very posh and crisp, but very New York loft style. Then she had a simple thing of three chairs set up and the big IKEA mirrors when they first came out, but it was actually a cheap setup looking back at it. I'm not saying it was cheap, but me knowing what I know now, it was cheap. But back then, I was excited to be there, and I couldn't believe that I actually got in. So I was excited for the whole service, and just the way that she carried herself, her demeanor, like you can come over now, have a seat here. Do you wax? Just asking little questions. She made something so simple as getting your eyebrows done, which Jeffrey at the barbershop could do for you for $5. Let's be real here. But she took that and turned it into a whole experience, and she would be booked. She would be booked for months. And then she opened up a second location in Miami. Haven't heard anything about it in a while, but I'm saying, like, the power of branding, the power of positioning yourself. You could take one little thing, like she took eyebrows. She took eyebrows and turned it into a whole thing. She was in magazines and everything, y'all. Razoring eyebrows. Like, that was her thing. Just razoring eyebrows. I don't think you all understand. Like, think about that. Like somebody said, I want to do pedicures. You could literally make a name for yourself out here just doing pedicures. Like, but you so into it that you are drawing people into the whole pedicure experience. And everything in your loft is around feet. Even the pictures up on the wall, you have um, doctors diagrams, medical diagrams up of the foot and articles up about the foot, and then like take some old tools or whatever tools and put it. Girl, listen, it's a way to make anything. You could take tools and put them in those boxes that they put like old baseball cards and stuff like that. You make a whole thing out of getting your feet done. See, I'm giving y'all too much. You got to get a consultation with me, but I'm just saying, you know. You bring it out on a special tray and you give them the menu of services. You do the consultation. You take a special light and rub it up and down their feet to see how deep the cracks are and all. Yeah, they're paying $150 for that. But if you're trying to appeal to everybody, you're not going to make it. But if you put it out there and it's like, oh, this is an elite service for people who appreciate foot care. Trust me, there are people out here who will pay that. Like they pay $65 for that. And then you doing 2 people a day, 3 people a day, 4 people a day. You made your money. And it was such an easy day because you did the upfront work of branding yourself as such. Yep. I keep telling y'all, I've always said that. And a lot of people tell you that friends and family will never build you a business. Friends and family will have you broke because they don't really appreciate that this is your job and that you paid for every little thing. They think it's like I don't know what people think. Friends and family is the worst, okay? And anybody who's been doing this tell you will never make your business off friends and family. If you're too shy to go outside of friends and family, just make this a hobby, okay? And that's just that. I've been hearing that lately. Branding, stay branded. It really hasn't hit me until recently what that actually means, what kind of clientele I want, what their interests are, their job, da da da. Lauren, I think you finally got the book. That's what I talk about in the book. And have you really break it down and then take a real hard look at the type of money you want to make, doing what services, what it looks like on a weekly basis, monthly basis. Yeah. I'm not just making this stuff up. Hey, Muni. I have a friend who only does dip powder. I don't like dip, but her clients will stray. Well, will it stray? Well, I guess won't stray from it. She marketed and branded so well that she would probably never have to introduce a new product or service. Right. So instead of worried about the trends, watch the trends to see what it's doing to the industry, but make sure that you are staying focused on whatever your specialties are. And you should have one main one that you really, really known for. Like people know me for good acrylic that lasts a long time, right? And my pedicures. And the main thing about my pedicures, I think that people like my massage. It's like people always be like, "Oh, you're so strong with the massage." I got big hands, so you know. But it's like have that one or two things that you are really known for. So anytime that type of conversation comes up, they'll be like, "Oh, I got a girl. She been doing this forever. She does this. I don't know if she does that, but let me reach out to her and ask her." So it may be something that you're not known for, but anytime they heard nails, your name instantly came up because you're so deeply embedded in this person's head for that whole little square. You get it? And you have to have a whole experience like you do. Yeah, going back to that. These things are important. Back to the basics. A lot of us are not really, a lot of us skipping over the basics. And this thing is spiraling out of control into something else where we got a whole bunch of people in the game that can hurt us and don't even deserve that type of money. They don't deserve that type of clientele. Like they just jumping in with blinders on and they're just like grabbing the quick money. So, it was just a rhetorical question about the press ons, something to think about And let's see where this goes. But at this point, I've been online almost 2 hours. Oh my God. And speaking of feet, look at this right here.
Now available at www.shecagobeautysource.com. Again, that's www.shecagobeautysource.com.
The spray is really good. I'm just saying, but that's up to you. A lot of people have bought it. They like it. I've been using that formulation that I have for like 20 years now. So I feel like I've talked you to death. It's an hour and 45 minutes. Oh my God. I'm going to re-warm up my food and figure I got to go to the doctor. Get ready for the doctor in the morning. So I will catch you all later. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to come back really soon. If you have any questions or a next, what is that? The case study, let me know. We can do it. All right. Bye.